All right, this show is brought to you by justinform.com, a social media site that does not steal your data, doesn't track you, won't sell you out. You won't be shadow banned or censored. Go to justinform.com, become a member today, and tell them Tim Black sent you. Ruh. Coffee with Tim Black. Coffee with Tim Black. That's right. Yes. All right. Hello, everybody. How you doing? My name is Tim Black. Welcome to Coffee with Tim Black. I got you, and I got my coffee. How you feeling? Now, now would be a good time for you to go and share this on your social media networks. Let people know that you're watching Tim Black, the Coffee with Tim Black show. I mean, you're not embarrassed, are you? Let the world know you're watching this show. Come on now. Huh? Got on my purple tie and everything. I don't break out the purple tie that often. All right, so hello to everybody on Facebook, everybody on Periscope, everybody on YouTube, everybody on Twitch. Am I still out there on Twitch laying? I should be. I'm connecting everybody up here, as you can see. Dimebag is in the house. Dimebag's in the house. Bree Hood's in the house. Sure Chris in the house. Claudia Wallen's in the house. Jacob Jimenez, Roland Murphy, Kerry Holder. You did. And wow, give it up for screen name. You did. Oh, I love my people. I do. I'm trying to tell you, man, we are creative people, is what we are, yo. Intricate Knots in the house. Mr. Broken as and Zen Mateo. So welcome everybody to the show tonight, or today, this afternoon. Deborah Grant, David Campbell's in the house. And a big shout out to the Truth Bomb activists and my friend Helen Ford, Suzanne Murphy, Nico House. Where you at? It's a beautiful thing, guys. Okay, so what are we going to talk about today? What news should this program bring you up to speed on? Well, we have Brett Kavanaugh responds to allegations of sexual misconduct. He went on Fox News and made his case. Number two, we have Amber Geiger, the Dallas police officer who killed a man in his own home accidentally because she thought it was her home. And he was an intruder in his own house. So we're going to cover that. And also, a funny little thing Donald Trump did at the UN this morning. Totally hilarious. We got to cover that. But we like to start today's show off with what I would consider more somber news, definitely more somber news, because I don't think there's really any winners in a situation like this. It is none other than the sentencing of America's dad. Okay? America's dad, Bill Cosby. So as you know, Bill Cosby was convicted of rape of 2004 encounter with an Andrea Constad. This sentencing was finally handed down today by a judge who declared that Bill Cosby was an aggressive sexual predator and would be needing treatment for the remainder of his life, regardless to what sentence he received. And we all know the sexual predator label is one that goes with you a lifetime. And that's the situation with Bill Cosby as far as this judge is concerned. To add more pain to Bill Cosby supporters, and actually people that are kind of numb at this point from all the media coverage this story has gotten, the sentence that was handed down today was a sentence that I don't think anybody's happy about. 3 to 10 years. Bill Cosby is sentenced to 3 to 10 years in prison. Now, the defense was hoping that Bill Cosby would get an ankle bracelet and some type of stay-at-home type of situation. As we know that Bill Cosby is 81 years old, his health is not great, and they were hoping to get that type of a sentence where he would just be under some form of house arrest. Contrast that with the prosecutors who wanted 10 years, 10 years at least, 5 to 10 years in prison. Okay, so the 3 to 10 years is what the judge decided on. I guess you would say that the prosecutors succeeded in getting what they wanted out of this case. So Bill Cosby's been sentenced to 3 to 10 years in state prison for drugging and molesting a woman at his suburban Philadelphia home. Judge Stephen O'Neill sentenced Cosby on Tuesday, 5 months after his convictions in his first celebrity trial of the Me Too era. Prosecutors were seeking a sentence of 3 to 10, as we just stated. Now, we all know Bill Cosby was known as America's dad, and this has been a great fall from grace, if not the most epic falls from grace in recent history. I caution to say in all history. Now, I've had people contact me, and some of those people are friends of the show, and they wanted me to point out a couple things that they didn't like about the trial in specific. One being that we had a judge who wouldn't recuse himself. According to reports, this judge's wife was a very active counselor in the Me Too movement who donated to a group planning a protest at the courthouse. Well, the judge didn't see that as a conflict of interest, that his wife was so strongly against Bill Cosby. So that's one thing. The other thing they wanted me to point out is that the DA, an attorney trying to become a DA who ran on the idea that he would get Bill Cosby. That was his campaign slogan. I'll get Bill Cosby. I will bring him to justice. If you elect me, I will bring Bill Cosby to justice. So those things give a lot of people a very bitter taste in the back of their mouths. I stick to this. This is what I say about Bill Cosby. It's very unfortunate that there are many people who don't understand why black folks in America are very suspect of our criminal justice system. It's just a history of a country, of the country that you live in. At least become somewhat educated about the history of that country and the current state of this country. I mean, there have been reports done that prove that white guy gets convicted of the same crime as a black guy, same background, and the black person gets a lot more time. That's not to say that Bill Cosby is innocent or guilty. I don't know if he's innocent or guilty. To some, that's a radical statement to make, to say I don't know if he's innocent or guilty. He wasn't convicted of 60 cases of sexual misconduct. He was convicted of one case of sexual assault with one Andrea Constand. Did he commit that crime? I don't know. Neither does the rest of America. It just seems like we'll never be on the same page. We'll never truly understand one another. You can have your doubts about this case due to the fact that, you like Bill Cosby for all the things he's done throughout his time as a celebrity, as a movie producer, as a show producer, I should say, as a philanthropist, all the great work he's done. You can still hold on to that. Whether or not he's a sex predator or not, you may not want to even deal with that. You don't know what to think, and you want to block that out of your mind. I just want you to know that, in my opinion, it's important that we respect those people who think he did do it and why they think so. There was a court, there was a trial, he was convicted. There were a number of accusations. And the thing that sticks in the back of my mind whenever I discuss Bill Cosby is, where did the idea come from? I said this a couple days ago. Where did the idea come from? Like, I'd heard about these allegations about Bill Cosby way before these were brought to light. There was a running joke among comedians that Bill Cosby drugged women and had his way with them. I want to know who started that. Was that based in reality? And this is way before any criminal proceedings, way before Hannibal Buress started, making that statement, made that statement in that nightclub that night. So what I'm saying is, I don't believe that came out of nowhere. You can shoot the messenger if you want. That's just what I believe. Was every one of these accusations true on that? I don't know. I don't think that every accusation is exactly remembered the way it occurred, but I do think there was something there. Be that as it may, this is a fall, the biggest fall ever. And I just want to see what happens with Harvey Weinstein. I just want to see what happens to Bill Clinton or Donald Trump or all these other people that have done these things. Is that crazy to think? So anyway, we got to keep it real here. That's how I feel about it. You let me know how you feel about it in the comment section. It is what it is. Bill Cosby sentenced to 3 to 10 years. As always, we do not condone sexual molestation or sexual assault of anyone, be they male, female, doesn't matter. What we're talking about is the fall of a man, a fall of a dad, a fall of a person who gave a lot of money and did a lot of great things. And it's a tragedy for the people who say they are victims. It's a tragedy if that's true. And it's also a tragedy for his family, and actually a tragedy for anybody who's stuck in this thing where they're trying to figure out who's right, who's wrong. Because it does impact people. This guy, he put people through college. So, you can't be a good person and do bad things, right? You can do that, right? Doesn't mean... All right, I'm going to get out of this because I know it's like, Tim, you're like all over the place. I know I'm all over the place. I just quit smoking. Give it up for that. But I'm going to be better soon. I'm getting a little bit better. What it is most people are not used to a non-corporate standpoint. Anybody who's certain about this, something wrong with them. Something wrong with them. How can you be certain about something you weren't at? How could you be certain either way? All I can say is I support victims and I support finding out the truth, and I guess the truth's been found out. I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know. If you know better than me, hey, good for you. Because it don't matter at this point unless he's going to appeal this case. All right, so I'm going to move on past Bill Cosby. And frankly, I'm kind of glad it's over with because it's such a divisive topic. People start talking out their butt. They think he raped 60 women. A lot of these cases were not rape. But people think that. They don't read. They don't read any of this stuff. There are cases in there of him brushing up against somebody in 1982. That was in there. So, it's crazy. But what he was convicted of, he paid a woman money. Her name was Andrea Constand. And I know I said I was going to stop, but I got to add this. He paid this woman money. Now, people saying Trump had Michael Cohen pay off Stormy Daniels. All right? All right. All right, guys. So anyway, let's go to the next thing. I'm going to have to leave that one alone. I tell you, man, whenever I look at this case, man, it just gives me the Fred Sanford face, man. Every time I look at it, it's just... It's a hard case, man. It's a hard case. Speaking of hard cases, Brett Kavanaugh. Brett Kavanaugh, I want you to know that what he's done, what he's done here is he went on Fox News to defend himself. He wanted to respond to accusations that he is a sexual, or he has committed sexual misconduct. It seems like the Coffee with Tim Black show just turned into a sex show, huh? Everything's sex. Tell you, man, it's like tabloid news we're doing here. All right, so Steve Kavanaugh has yet another accuser that says that he did something inappropriately back when he was a freshman at Yale. Here goes a clip of a conversation where they were discussing this issue. Kavanaugh accusers. Kavanaugh's accusers on CNN.
Ford to air other accusations. Brian, what do we know? What is your assessment?
The headline here is that there is a second woman who is speaking publicly with accusations against Kavanaugh. The subheadline, very important here, is that it has not been corroborated to any great degree. In fact, there are people who have been named as eyewitnesses to this alleged incident who say they do not remember it. This was an incident dating back to to the freshman year at Yale. This student says she was at a dorm room party and things got out of hand. The story is up on NewYorker.com, and it is written by Ronan Farrow and Jane Mayer, two outstanding reporters who have been on this case for a while. I know Farrow has been out in California digging into this, as have other reporters in recent days, trying to encourage this woman to speak out. Apparently, she was quite reluctant to do so, afraid to do so. But this story has been making the rounds on Capitol Hill, both among Senate Democrats and Senate Republicans. So even though we're just hearing about this now for the first time in the last few minutes, this has been out there for a while, at least for several days, on Capitol Hill. And that headline of second woman is the key detail, even though I do think we should enter this with a lot of skepticism, given the lack of corroboration and given the fact that she did not share this with anyone apparently 6 years ago, for example, the way that Ford did. Remember, we heard about how Ford talked in her therapy sessions and told her husband about this alleged encounter back in 2012. There's no similar corroboration in this news story.
I mean, you bring up a really good point, though, because according to Ronan Farrow and his co-writer here, it's Jane Mayer, they say that they know about at least 4 Democratic senators who received information about this new allegation, as well as a couple of Republican staffers.
Kavanaugh is saying this is a smear. We can put on screen Kavanaugh's statement. He says this alleged event from 35 years ago, again, freshman year at Yale, did not happen. The people who knew me then know that this did not happen and have said so. This is a smear, plain and simple. Kavanaugh goes on to say, I look forward to testifying on Thursday about the truth and defending my good name and the reputation for character and integrity I have spent a lifetime building against these last-minute allegations. And Anna, that's the message from the White House as well.
All right, so that was Kavanaugh's. That's the story as far as Kavanaugh and the new allegations of a Miss Ramirez that have surfaced. And I'm going to point out Kavanaugh, he went on Fox News, which is unprecedented, for a Supreme Justice to go on Fox News to kind of like try to clear the air. But, we are in the internet age. I'm surprised that Kavanaugh isn't tweeting or posting on the Instagram. Donald Trump has changed how politics is done, even though I know Supreme Court justices are not supposed to be political. Well, anyway, so there's some things that were gleaned from the Kavanaugh Fox News segment that I think are kind of interesting. Kavanaugh says, I am looking for a fair process, a process where I can defend my integrity and clear my name. Fair is the word of this interview. Kavanaugh says it more than a dozen times in the course of the relatively short sit-down. Number 2, Kavanaugh states that he has never sexually assaulted anyone, not in high school, not ever. This is a total and complete denial with zero wiggle room. Yeah, it is. I mean, if you say you never sexually assaulted anyone, ever, we all want to say that, right? But the problem with that is, what if somebody thinks you did and you think you didn't? That's where we are now, right? Number 3, all I'm asking for is a fair process where I can be heard. Hopefully that's what we'll get on Thursday when Kavanaugh and Ms. Ford sit down with the Senate Judiciary Committee and they're both able to speak unmitigated by the other, like they can be able to state their case. Number 4, Kavanaugh said, I never had any sexual or physical activity with Dr. Ford. Okay, so now some people have stated, I think conservatives, right, that maybe she was a pissed off lover. In fact, I think I played a clip for you last week when I was discussing the case of a news panel, a panel. I think CNN did the panel of these conservatives out of somewhere in the Midwest, if I'm not mistaken. And one of the ladies was defending Kavanaugh saying, she probably just a pissed off, ex-lover who didn't get what she wanted from him. Well, that kind of throws that theory out because Kavanaugh said they never had a relationship and never had any physical or sexual activity. Number 5, Kavanaugh was very careful here. He said, I'm not questioning and have not questioned that perhaps Dr. Ford was sexually assaulted by someone in some place. So Kavanaugh kind of leads on that maybe somebody else did something. I don't know. All right. Okay, let me jump ahead. The rest is just mostly just denial. He points out that the women I knew in college and the men I knew in college say it's inconceivable that I could have done such a thing. I find that kind of strange because, like, how well do people know each other? I mean, inconceivable? Nah, it's conceivable. Like, the allegation is not that Kavanaugh raped a woman. The allegation is not that Kavanaugh took off his clothes and ran down the street like Will Ferrell in Old School. We're streaking. That's not the allegation. And if you haven't seen that, you need to go see it. It's very funny. You can get it on Netflix or something. But my thing is, like, what she's accusing Kavanaugh of is not like, I mean, maybe he could say not exactly. I mean, come on. But, like, I don't know, like, never did anything inappropriate, ever? All right, so let me keep going. Number 12, check this out. When I was in high school, this is Kavanaugh. When I was in high school and I went to an all-boys Catholic school where I was focused on academics and athletics and going to church every Sunday, at Little Flower and working on my service projects and friendships. All right. Ladies, I want to talk to the guys for a second. All right, so if you just give us just a brief moment for me to talk to the guys, okay? Y'all gone? They gone, guys? What's this dude talking about, man? I'm calling bullshit on this one. Come on, man. This guy act like he doesn't even have a penis. Like it didn't work. Like he's never had a. What is this? Come on, guys. Come on. This guy, he said when he was in high school, where he was focused on academics and athletics and going to church every Sunday at Little Flower, working on service projects and friendships. I was raised a Jehovah's Witness, and I can't say this shit. Okay? So, can we all agree, fellas, that Kavanaugh has protest too much, and also him make himself look too much an angel? All right? All right. All right, ladies, come on back in. Come on back in. Thank you. I appreciate your consideration. Don't get mad. Women tell us to shut up all the time and let them have their own conversations. Come on. All right. So anyway, a couple other things I think here. For the last 7 years, I've been coaching girls basketball. Ask the moms. I don't know if that makes people feel better, Brett. You've been coaching girls basketball. No one said you were a pedophile, dude. All right, let me see if there's anything else here. I just want a fair process, and I'm not going anywhere. That's the last thing Kavanaugh wanted to let you know, is that he's not going anywhere. He will not be run off by the Democrats, so these accusations that he say are totally untrue. So, Kavanaugh's wife also sat there by his side and supported him, spoke out on his behalf, talked about Brett being a great guy and how he's a great dad, and this is totally impossible. There's no way that Brett could ever do anything that wasn't totally upstanding and great. And as he stated, Christ-like. And that just creeps me the hell out. So anyway, people are going to see how, I want to see how this plays out in the new Me Too era, how it plays out when a woman stands by her man, when her man's been accused of stuff. All right. Give it up for that. Folks.
Ford to air other.
All right. Now, as we reported yesterday, the police officer, and I don't think this isn't doing it for me. It's not doing it for me, man. Do I really need this? Hell. Well, anyway, they got something else going here. I guess I don't really need it. All right, let's just do it. Let's just do it clean. All right. All right. So the officer that shot a man in his own home, 26-year-old Botham Jean, has been fired from her position as a police officer in the Dallas police force. This happened yesterday. And there were a lot of conversation about it across media platforms, all on social media. People were talking about the officer Amber Geiger, that she was terminated finally. The chief who fired her name is Elisha Renee Hall, said in a statement that Jean's mother, Allison, learned of Geiger's termination during a Sunday evening conference call with Hall. Family attorney Esley Merritt said on Monday. She also offered an explanation of why it took so long, explaining that she had to consider Ms. Geiger's Fifth Amendment rights and protections, specifically so that her termination action would not compromise the criminal matter and lead to, really, the criminal allegations being thrown out altogether. The Fifth Amendment prohibits self-incrimination and double jeopardy and guarantees due process for those accused of crimes. So, Chief Hall says that the reluctance to fire Amber Geiger was not based on preferential treatment, but more so based on wanting to make sure that the case would not get tossed later on a technicality due to the handling of her employment. I have no way to determine if that's true or false, but I will say I am glad that Ms. Hall erred on the side of caution, because later, as this case winds its way through our justice system, I don't want to hear anything about, oh, we dropped the ball. Oh, we did something wrong. We should have zigged when we zagged. Maybe if we dotted an I, crossed the T, we could have got a guilty. No, I don't want to hear it. So, okay, fine. A couple more days we had to wait, a week. What was it we had to wait? Fine. For her to be fired? Fine, no problem. Now she's gone. Unlike some people, I'm not overly excited about Amber Geiger being fired. That's not what I'm waiting on. That's just one thing. That's like the first stop on a journey to a destination called jail. Right? We got still a long way to go in this case. I'm still waiting for them to prove to me in some way, convince me how an officer who had the ability to leave her shift, punch her time card, leave her shift, find her vehicle, drive her vehicle, arrive to her building, park her vehicle, walk out, close her vehicle, lock her vehicle, walk into her, lock her vehicle, walk into her building, and then suddenly her exhaustion overtakes her, and she can't remember what floor she live on, what color her floor mat is, and that she don't have Carrie scent in her house, or like don't know her apartment from the upstairs or downstairs apartment. Like, I'm just waiting to hear that. Now, I'm keenly aware that the burden is on the prosecution to prove its case, but I don't think it's going to be hard to prove. We already know you did the crime. We already know you shot and killed Botham Jean. I think it's a murder. I don't think it was a manslaughter. But anyway, we'll get to that, right? So anyway, that's Amber Geiger. We'll see what happens with this. Of course, I'll keep you updated on it. I'm on pins and needles. Pins and needles, folks. Now, before we go on, guys, I want to remind you, because I know it's tricky out there when you're dealing with media. You're always wondering, like, who's what? Can I trust it? Is it real? Well, I just want to remind you that this show is not brought to you by the Democratic Party or the Republican Party. It's brought to you by our party, us. Let's have a party. People like you who watch the show get in the show. That's the reason why I'm able to do this show. So if you support independent media, if you like independent media, if you value it, become a member of my Wolf Pack. My Wolf Pack is a bunch of people all across the country and the world, frankly, who give to this show, who buy T-shirts and mugs and watch content. And you can be just like them and join a movement for real news coverage that's not slanted and biased based on who pays us the most money or who's sponsoring our shows or who's running ads. It's not what we do here, all right? So go to patreon.com, Tim's Take Live, PayPal me at tim@timblacktv.com, and you can also email me at tim@timblacktv.com if you have story ideas that you want covered. Let's do it. Now, my last story for the day is something quite interesting. Very interesting. I think it's funny, actually. Donald Trump was at the UN this morning, and he gave a speech. And I think, yeah, I do have that. God. All right. So okay, here we go. Okay, here we go. Donald, so let me set this up. All right. All right. Donald Trump was at the UN where he gave a speech to the UN. He said some things that were very funny. They weren't intended to be funny, but they were the cause of a lot of laughter. Here's the clip.
One year ago, I stood before you for the first time in this grand hall. I addressed the threats facing our world, and I presented a vision to achieve a brighter future for all of humanity. Today, I stand before the United Nations General Assembly to share the extraordinary progress we've made. In less than 2 years, my administration has accomplished more than almost any administration in the history of our country. America's so true. Didn't expect that reaction, but that's okay.
Oh, Lord. Let me all right. All right. I think Trump thought he was back on Fox News where he gets to just say whatever he wants to say, and people, whether it's true or false, they go, yeah, of course. Right. Absolutely. What the hell is he talking about? Donald Trump is funny, man. You got to give him that. Not accurate at all. You know, there's this myth going around the internet that Donald Trump has far exceeded all of the presidents in so many things. It's just not true, guys. Hey, if it was true, I'd tell you, hey, it's right. He's done an amazing job of all these things. Now, one of the areas that people love to tout about Donald Trump is the job creation. And I would like to debunk some of that right now because I'm really tired of people like not getting it. There's a lot of lies out there about Donald Trump's job creation. I'm not saying he hasn't created jobs. Jobs have been created under Donald Trump. I'm not saying that all of that should go to Obama. I'm not saying that either. Because Trump could have reversed the trend of upward mobility or upward job creation. I mean, that's what people were saying would happen. They also were saying he would destroy Wall Street and crash the Dow. NASDAQ would be in the toilet. That hasn't happened. In fact, he's been really good for rich folks, corporations, big corporations, and those who have the money to invest in those big corporations. But when we talk about this basic job creation, like the statement he just made about how great things are under him, well, we got this thing called facts. Let's take a look at a couple of them. One of the things I like to point to when we talk about job creation is here. Let's go with this one. Job creation. 100 days job creation. Jobs added during POTUS first 2 months. There you go. This is one of the things people point to when they look at job creation. Donald Trump has created, in his first 100 days, 317,000 jobs. Obama, 1.5 minus. There goes Bush, 45,000, and Clinton with 194,000. But what you must know, whether you want to accept it or not, whether it fits the agenda or not, is that, well, there was a recession. It was a recession. There was a recession when Obama came in the office. And I know that's a fact that no one wants to deal with, and they just want to blame Obama for it, but it was happening under Bush, and Obama inherited it. Everything's not spent. Obama did inherit a recession. Trump did not inherit a recession. So yes, the numbers look great. Definitely. But here we go. Jobs added under recent U.S. presidents. Even with a recession, Obama created 15.1 million jobs. George W. Bush, 8.2, Clinton, 22.9, and Reagan, 18.1. Now, there is no way to know at this point what Trump's creation numbers will be. He's only at, he's not even 2 years in yet. So it doesn't even make sense. You can't really compare them. He hadn't been here long enough. But for him to keep saying he's just outdoing everyone and, the best and, with the greatest and we're just doing all these remarkable things, it's just not true. All right? Like, I have a lot of problems with the whole job creation metric to begin with because it's no real way to differentiate people with part-time work, people with these crazy gig jobs that don't come with benefits or what have you. I mean, really, folks, it's really not a good thermometer. What I would like to see is a cost of living. What are people like, how are they living? Not about, do they have a job? Some people have more than one job. Some people have a part-time job. That's not living. I mean, not the way the richest country in the history of countries should be having its citizens live. So, but a lot of people, that's not good enough for them because they're like, hey, man, I saw this thing that time which says that Trump did all this and Obama didn't do nothing. All right, so Facebook meme from Oklahoma House member distorts Obama's economic record. The day President Donald Trump gave his first State of the Union address, Representative Mark Wayne Mullen, Republican out of Oklahoma, posted an image on Facebook that showed why he was proud to have a president that's putting America first and investing here at home. So here goes the image. It was then and now. Jobs under Obama, lost under Obama, 4 million. Jobs created under Trump, 1.7 million. And they use this, and they talk about the GDP going down 2.9%, and it's up 2.3 under President Trump, okay? And here that goes, listed again. Jobs lost 4 million, unemployment rose from 7.85 to 9.9, S&P, GDP down. Okay. Now here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing. Moving past all of this, when we get to really When Obama took office, GDP was falling at a rate of 2.8%. When he left, GDP was growing by 1.5%. It had reached 2.9% the year before. The country had 11.2 million more jobs. Unemployment had gone down from a high of 10% during his first year to 4.7% when he left. So in our ruling, Mueller compared improvements in the economy during Trump's first year with the negative statistics during Obama's. The Post doesn't note it, but Obama's numbers are for only his first year in office. While those numbers are accurate enough, they ignore that Obama took office as the country was sliding into the depths of the Great Recession. In contrast, Trump inherited an economy on the upswing. Man. So here we go, guys. Here's the deal. Here's the deal. As we look at these issues with Trump and we look at the economy, a little bit of context is necessary if we actually want to have a clear picture of what happened. Now, if we just want to get in a circle jerk with our friends and make up alternate realities and alternative facts, we could do that too. But don't pass it off as news, and don't go to the UN and tout it, because a lot of people in the UN, they don't watch Fox. You heard? All right, guys, I'm Tim Black for TBTV, TTL Media. Thank you for watching. I'll be back tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we'll have another edition of the Tim Black and Night Show. I hope to see you there. Shout out to everybody in my comment section, all my folks who tuned in, who came through to represent. I appreciate you. I do. Frederick Murphy, just watch Fox News. Thomas Almy, Brave 180 was a good thing. The bell was a good thing. I don't know what that is. Roy says the national media will never report on the truth about Trump. The truth about Trump. I report on the truth about Trump. The job numbers are fake, and they were fake under Obama, too. That's the truth about Trump. They're always fake. They're always fake. What? I didn't buy him under Obama. I don't buy him under Trump. There's no... Melissa Maria Coon. See you tonight, Marissa. Thank you. And Shy Caller 22. What's going on, my friend? You're right. I did say that flower punk chip. The left said the economy will collapse under Trump. No. Not the left. Not the left. Corporate media said the economy would tank under Trump. Not the left. Not the left. No. They are not the left. They are brought out paid spokesmodels for corporations. All right? They are not the left. The left don't want any more wars. They do. They want more. They don't care. The left wants to end mass incarceration. They can kill us. In fact, they use prison labor to clean their government houses. They don't care. There's a big difference between the left and corporate media. All right? Please, guys, please. I love you, but please, you're killing me over here. You're killing me. They ain't left, they Republican light. They're Republican light without the conservative values is what they are. All right. I love you guys. Become a member of the Tim Black's Wolfpack. Peace. Coffee with Tim Black.